surrendering is really hard. It's a practice that I've been learning for the last couple of years. It's a journey that I've been on. There's, like, as time goes on, my understanding of it develops and it deepens, is what it does. The question needs to be asked, why are we surrendering? Why are we doing it? So from my experience, it's done to help find our truth. Like with all this surrendering I've been learning to do over the last year or two, it helps me it shows me who I am. Like the things that need to be surrendered are our thoughts, it's our fears, our beliefs, our judgments, our regrets, our shame, our guilt, our resentments. Anything that keeps us in separation from our souls, from our hearts, from our true selves. We need to surrender all that we're not. This can't be done all at once. Like, it needs to be done bit by bit. And we all have plenty of time. We can do it every day, just a little bit by a little bit. When we surrender all that we're not, we will become all that we are. And once we do, we'll realise it's not a becoming, it's a returning. It's who we've always been, before the world got its dirty little hands on us. All our truth and our light and our love and our power, it's inside. It's at the core of our being. It's the same place it's always been. It's never gone anywhere, but we need to find our path back there. And so, surrender can be done on a daily basis. It can be as easy as when you're having a conversation with someone, and it can just be like really reality checking ourselves. I'm familiar with some of Byron Katie's work, and one of the tools that she uses, she asks the question, like, is it true? Is it really true? And it's so simple, but I think we generally don't ask ourselves enough. And like, we need to be brave enough to be honest. It's like, is it true? And then like, what part of me is this coming from? Like, is it coming from a place that wants to hide? A place that wants to be in separation from my colleague, from my friend, from my beloved that's right next to me that I'm communicating with? Do I want to be in separation? Do I want to hold on to my ego and the need to be right? Or do I want to surrender that? Do I want to be in connection with them? Do I want to be in unity with them? Do I want to find a way to come back to oneness with them? If we want to create communities full of oneness, we need to start here. We're not going to learn how to be at one with the beloved around us if we don't know how to be at one within. And to do that, we need to learn how to surrender. It's our lies, but those lies, it's normally fear, it's pain, it's, can I really tell them what I think? Can I really share with them what I feel? What if they won't like me anymore? What if they reject me? Maybe it's just safer. Maybe I just pretend it's all okay. Maybe I don't want to surrender. Maybe I don't want to be at one, within or without. It's okay if you don't. It's your journey. You get to choose whatever you want. For me, I'm going to keep choosing to surrender, because I want to keep living in oneness, within and without. So when we think about surrendering, it's like some people sometimes just say surrender, surrender. But I think it's helpful. Well, it's helpful for me. When I know what I'm surrendering to, it's just like, you want me to surrender? Like, surrender to what? To who? Like, am I supposed to surrender someone? I don't like the sound of that. So I think when I started learning is when I went and did that Buddhist retreat last year. And as a part of that, you'd have to touch the earth before the Buddha. And so touching the earth is prostration. So you get down on your knees, and you're thankful. You're thankful for something, you're thankful for the something, and then you go down, because there's 3 somethings, so I don't need to go into it. But so then you bow down. My ego had a really hard time doing that. So it's just like, what am I bowing down for? Like, you're telling me to? I don't like it. And I really didn't like it. Oh, so I had to do heaps of it. I didn't understand it. My ego was stopping me from really understanding the practice, and I could only understand the practice by doing it. And so like, what I started receiving was like the inner guidance to do it, even when no one was around at this 2-week retreat, even when like people weren't asking me to, it wasn't expected. I kept getting this guidance to do it anyways, because, you know, my higher self knew that, oh, she's a little bit uncomfortable here, we better keep making her do it. So I did. On second thought, I think it actually is important to canvas what goes on with touching the earth. So you bring your hands together and put them to your head, and you say that I'm thankful for the teachers, I'm thankful for the ancestral teachers, and then you put your head on the ground, and it's like the child's pose in yoga, palms up. I'm thankful for the ancestral teachers. And the second one, so you do that once, then you get up and you do it again. I'm thankful for the teachings. I'm thankful for the teachings. I'm thankful for the teachings. And the last one is I'm thankful for the Sangha. So that means community of Buddhist practitioners. So I'm thankful for the Sangha. I'm thankful for the Sangha. I'm thankful for the Sangha. So it's a big gratitude practice is what it is. And my ego was looking at it initially predominantly from seeing the bowing down, as opposed to, you know, the energy that I was generating from doing it. It's like it's a gratitude practice. And then after the retreat is when Lord Shiva started connecting with me all the time. With Lord Shiva, there's a reason why it started happening with touching the earth before him. He'd connected with me and he asked me if I'd be devoted to him. This was after the retreat. And I'm just thinking, what does this mean? What do you mean devoted to you? Like, you want to take my power away? Not that I was really identified with power, but that's where my mind was going. It's just like, what does it mean? What do you want from me? What will you do to me? Is it safe? So I thought about that. And then I was thinking, remember how I said I used to watch Game of Thrones years ago? It got me thinking about Jon Snow and how instead of being made to be one of the sword-wielding dudes, he was made a steward under the commander. Now, he was dirty about it, he didn't want to do it, whereas when I was watching him, just seeing like, mate, he's going to teach you everything he knows. Like, that's a better opportunity. Like, you're being groomed for leadership here. Do that. And so then I thought with Lord Shiva inviting me to be devoted to him, it's just like, oh, is he inviting me to learn everything that he knows? Not that I'll be just devoted to him and to be surrendering my power to him, but I can be devoted to him, surrender all that I'm not, and I can learn everything that he is. And when I looked at it, when I reframed it and looked at it through that lens, I just thought, well, I would be mad to say no, wouldn't I? Like, I had to say yes. It was a no-brainer. I'll be devoted to you, Lord Shiva. And so that's when all the touching the earth started happening. And so when I would do it before him, I would give thanks for him, for Lord Shiva's teachings, and for being honoured to be a member of his satsang. And he's taught me a lot. I did lots of it in lots of hotel rooms. I did it, and I do it here, I do it at home. I don't do it as much as I did for a good 6 months, maybe 12 months, easy 6 months. I did it all the time, like multiple times a week. I wouldn't say every day, but multiple times a week I was doing it. And the more I'd do it, the more I'd understand it. And as time went on, my relationship with Lord Shiva developed, so I could understand that nothing he does is for his own benefit. Nothing he does is for wanting something from someone. All Lord Shiva wants to do is help. He is the god of destruction. He just destroys what's false. He was showing up front and center to help me destroy the lies that were living in me. And to do that, I had to be willing to release them. And so surrendering, touching the earth was a part of that. It was a big star of that. While I was undertaking this spiritual practice, this devotional practice, I kept becoming closer with Shiva and understanding that, I am in Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva is in me and that we are one. And as time went on, I began to see, like, yes, I'm the one that's bowing down, but I'm also the one that's being bowed to, and I'm all the space in between. It took some time to get to that realization, but once I did, I had a heart full of gratitude. It's like, oh, you're not trying to break me. You're not trying to take away my power at all. You're trying to show me my power. You're trying to help me get off my knees, as it were, really. So it's really, really powerful. And whenever these days, I do it to God at times. I do it to some ascended masters that walk with me. And I do it sometimes and there's so much energy in me and I just feel like it's what I have to do to give thanks to all that is. And it helps calm it all down. Like, you don't follow just to be perpetually following. You don't surrender just to be giving your power away. Like, you follow as a means of learning to lead. You surrender all that you're not to become all that you are. Surrender is one of the most powerful things I've ever done, and I continue to do.